Ate, ito. Ito, ate.
Hello. The left side is the mountains, the right side is the ocean.
Right side's of the ocean. I'll stay in the middle.
It's the best shrimp stand on the North Shore. They have their own shrimp farm. It's so fresh, but it gets really crowded. So I collect everybody's money ahead of time. I pre-order. When we get there, I just get 1 or 2 volunteers and we go pick it all up and I pay for it and it's done.
Yes, sir.
And all you have to do is find a table.
Yes, sir.
Perfect.
All right? Sound good?
Sounds great.
Rebecca, what did you want?
I want number 2, please. With
Number 2 also.
passion orange.
Gotcha.
Thank you.
And then when she came home, I said, okay, I can help you as much as I can, but you know I leave
Yeah.
next week. So she was like, so it kind of worked out perfect. So he think I'm still at the house.
There you go.
Caring for my sister.
Oh my goodness. So you're gonna stay hush hush for the next 7 days.
Right. So I mean, I talked to him like, you know, act like everything is okay. Like, oh yes, I'm good. You doing stuff. We're talking and stuff.
Yeah.
So, you know, we got a lot of stuff going on. So by next week, you know, we gotta you can't do too much with your sister. I said, I'm just making sure she gets back on her feet.
There you go.
I said, so we're good.
We're good.
And so her kids came down.
Yeah.
So I got both of her kids to come be with her, so she wouldn't be by herself.
Yeah.
Because I was leaving.
Yeah.
And so it worked out perfectly.
So by the way, I have some chips up here for you guys, and as soon as I get some ice, I'll have some ice water for you too. So.
All right. Thank you.
We appreciate it.
You guys, that's probably before.
Aloha, everybody.
Aloha.
To my Filipino guests, magandang umaga.
Magandang umaga.
To all of my Spanish-speaking guests, buen dia.
Buen dia.
Are we ready to have fun?
Yeah.
Okay. So, my given name is Paulo, but you can just call me Papa P.
Papa P.
That's what my family calls me.
I think so we're just start very soon again. So I was thinking.
So we're gonna start hitting around the island. We don't go 100% around the island because part of it you don't want to go down there.
Oh, okay.
It's not nice. All the beaches are covered with homeless tents, and we can't even get access to the beaches anymore. So we're gonna go around the nicer part. I say nicer because it still has its questionable parts to it, but for the most part, it's pretty beautiful still. Anyway, I just wanted everybody to understand one thing. My mother came from northern Italy. She immigrated to Hawaii with my dad. My dad's from the big island of Hawaii. He is pure Japanese, half Italian, half Japanese, and my mom, whose name is Maria, by the way, she raised me, I think she raised me the right way. She told me, son, never judge anybody by the color of their skin, their race, nationality, religion. Who cares about all that stuff? The only thing that's important, do they like you? Are they nice to you? If they are, then you be nice to them.
Yep.
Does that sound like a good rule to you?
Yes, sir.
All right. Anyway, my dad also taught me not to brag. I hope you enjoy my tour. I think it's a pretty unique tour. I'm a little bit different than the other tour guides because of my upbringing. So, main thing, my main interest when I go on the island is to have fun. And then, if I can teach you a few things along the way, that's good too, okay? So first thing I want to know, has anybody got a birthday going on today, this week, last week?
Yes, this week.
Who?
Joaquin.
Joaquin. Anybody else? Doesn't have to be exactly today. No? Nobody else? All right, you guys ready? 1, 2, 3, 4.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Joaquin. Rocco, happy birthday to you. Yay! Yay!
Happy birthday.
And many more.
Say thank you. Say thank you. No?
I always sing happy birthday American style. I know in the Philippines,
It's the same.
they don't mention the person's name. They just say happy birthday one more time. But I don't know. I like to make it more personal. I'm always teasing my wife. How come you guys do it like that? She said, I don't know. That's just how we do it. It's
Yeah.
colloquial. That's my wife's favorite word.
Look, Rocco, we're here. Rocco, look. We're here, look. Do you see the beach, Rocco?
Yeah.
It's right there. Oh, look at the big waves. The waves are strong today.
All right, at the tail end of Waikiki, that's Kuhio Beach across the street. It's named after Prince Kuhio. Let's see his statue. I don't think we can see it from here. It's right across there somewhere. He was of the modern day Ali'i, or I think around 1922, long after the overthrow. I kind of stopped studying right after the overthrow of Hawaii, so not sure exactly how he fits into the overall picture. Anyway, to our left there is the Honolulu Zoo. In case you didn't know, the Honolulu Zoo lost our accreditation several years ago. And they've been remodeling like crazy over there. I think they're trying to get it back. So, here on the left is the Waikiki Bandstand. Usually concerts by the Honolulu Symphony and like the behind it is the Waikiki Shell. That's an amphitheater, and a lot of great concerts I saw there. I saw Jimi Hendrix in there twice. I saw B.B. King and Ray Charles on the same night. I saw the Mamas and the Papas there. I saw the group Mountain with lead guitarist Leslie West, who just passed away last year. Anyway, pretty incredible concerts over there. That's the Waikiki Aquarium right there. Believe it or not, I remember going through there when I was about, I don't know, 4 or 5 years old. That was a really long time ago, trust me. And I went there during the pandemic because I had been in there so long. And I checked out, you know, that place hasn't changed one little bit. Yeah. I swear to God, all the same tanks, everything inside. Even the fish look the same. A little grayer, maybe more wrinkled, but same fish. So on the left there, the Hawaiians called it Mount Leahi, okay? But you probably know it better as Diamond Head. And Diamond Head is not a mountain at all, exactly. It's a volcanic crater. The scientists call it a tuff cone. And, you know, back in the day, they used to say Diamond Head was extinct. But after Mount Pinatubo and Mount St. Helens erupted, they don't use the word extinct anymore. Both those volcanoes are supposed to be extinct too.
Exactly.
So now they just say they're dormant.
Dormant.
In other words, they're sleeping.
Yep.
But you never know what might happen. Right now we are on Diamond Head Road. And this is where the moderately priced mansions are located. By moderate, I mean anywhere from $5 to probably $50-60 million.
Wow.
As you'll notice, a lot of them are really old structures, but it's really the land that's expensive, and that's what keeps getting more and more expensive. The land. But some of them have been upgraded. They're very nice. This one over here is not. It's pretty old. I'll show you one that I worked on back in 1991. It's right up here. It's got 2 fancy gates on it. Here it is. I worked on this structure, well, there's 4 of them on the property. 91, you're selling it for $33 million right there. Coming up on the right here, we have the Diamond Head Lighthouse. Diamond Head Lighthouse. The lighthouse keeper is no longer needed. The place is fully automated, so guess who lives in the quarters? None other than the Commandant of the Coast Guard. Really? They're the ones who maintain all in Hawaii. And I guess it's only fitting that the Commandant gets the nicest quarters. What do you think?
That's true.
Yeah, I guess so. Why not?
So I was thinking why it looks like there's
all right, this is our first stop here. It's called the Diamond Head Lookout, and it's a beautiful spot.
time picture.
Yes, I am.
That's cool.
Yep.
Wow, that is so cool. The gadgets that comes up these days.
Oh yeah, exactly.
Carry, Daddy, carry you. One, two, three. Again.
Pasok ka na?
Hindi ka napunta doon, Dado.
Saan?
Bakit ka napunta doon?
Y'all gotta feed them high though. Feed them high so I can see y'all. Put it up high. That's Texas. I know. I'm trying to Come on. They can't leave y'all. Y'all paid y'all money. They need y'all moving y'all. Listen, hurry up.
As much time for you in the water, at least an hour. If we can go an hour and 15, that's cool. Sometimes we go an hour and a half. Depends on how much time we have left. Was built in the early 1900s by the late Doris Dew. She was a tobacco billionaires, not millionaires, billionaires. She inherited a lot of money from her daddy. Can you imagine $1 billion in the early 1900s? You couldn't even spend it. Well, actually, my ex-girlfriend could probably do some pretty serious damage on that. That's a whole nother story, isn't it? Over here on the right is Black Point Road. This is where the late Jim Neighbors used to live. Remember Jim? Gomer Pyle? Tom Selleck. He lived on that road too, I'm told, while he was making Magnum PI. And then also a visitor to Hawaii, part-time, Miss Carol Burnett. That was a good friend of Jim Neighbors. I don't know if she had her own house or she just stayed with Jim, but that was the rumor. Over here on the left, I haven't verified this yet, but everybody says this is Jackie Chan's house right here. Not too shabby, huh?
Which one?
No.
Oh, that one.
The houses on the left are all pretty pricey, but they're nothing like the ones on the right. The ones on the right usually sit on about an acre. One is on an acre and 1.7 acres, let's put it that. See that right there? That's about $40 million worth of dirt and sand there. Serious. Just the land alone. That's what I was told. Now, you see a lot of vacant lots over here. The reason for that is a guy named Jinshiro Kawamoto. Jinshiro was an eccentric billionaire from Japan. He came here in the 80s and 90s and bought 11 properties on this street. He went back to Japan and just forgot about it. You see this one here? How it's falling apart? So, when the neighborhood board finally caught up with him, they said, Jinshiro, you gotta come back to Hawaii and take care of your properties. Well, he came back all right, but he didn't take care. What he did was move 11 homeless families onto his properties and let them live there rent-free for years. Check this out here. This is something everywhere on the island, just about. That's called a public right-of-way right there. And what that's all about, in Hawaii, I don't know about the mainland, but in Hawaii, you cannot own the beach in front of your property. Most property lines end 10 feet before the high water mark. So everybody is allowed access to the beach. It's the law. So every so often you'll see beach access, public right-of-ways. There's several of them on this street alone. So even the rich and famous gotta share their homes with everybody else. Here's another one right here. And another one. Some people, though, they try to keep the public out, but all it takes is one Hawaiian to notice, and they'll have a whole gang down here in no time. Right now we're on Puel Street here in Kahala. That's the name of the neighborhood, as well as that avenue there. Puel means owl in Hawaiian. And the Hawaiian owl is not indigenous to the islands. It's considered endemic. That means it was brought in here many years ago. So I used to tell everybody the houses on the interior of Kahala, even these simple ones, go for about $2 to $4 million. But I had a young lady, a real estate lady, she joined in August and then came back in December after she spent a little time checking everything out. She said, "Papa, I got a bone to pick with you." I said, "What?" She said, "You said these houses in here are going for $2 to $4 million. I said, "Yeah, that's what I was told." She said, "Those are old prices. It's more like $4 to $8 million now." I said, "What?" "I don't believe it." I said, "I would not pay $4 million for some of these houses. Not that they're not beautiful, but they just don't look like they're worth $4 million. She said, "You know that old rule of real estate, right?" I said, "What is it?" Location, location, location.
Yep.
That's what she said. Another celebrity that lived out his life here in Kahala, none other than the original Steve Mcgarrett from the first Hawaii Five-0 show, Mr. Jack Lord. He retired out here, developed Alzheimer's disease, and that's what took his life. He passed away from it. On the right here, this is the Wailai Golf Course, also known as the Wailai Kahala Golf Course. They hold the Sony Open here every year. The last one, last January 10th through 16th, guess what the total prizes were? $6,600,000. Makes you wish you golf, doesn't it? $6,600,000. Not too shabby. Does anybody else need to use the restroom but me? No?
Yeah.
Okay. I guess I'll go by myself. This is Waikiki Ridge on the left here, Waikiki Ridge. This is a relatively decent beachside restroom, so if anybody else needs it.
Whoa. Bravo. You wanna go to your station?